I got bitten by the film bug many years ago, and every time I approached it, it bit back.
Yeah.
And when it bit back, it would tear my guts out. I decided that I should stick with what I could do and could control, which is writing. But filmmaking looked to me more and more like an impossible situation, leaving a litter of destroyed human beings behind it.
Yeah.
And anybody who was committed to it had to be very brave or very stupid. Now, which are you?
Yeah, probably both. Probably both.
It was crime at the time, but the laws we changed them. Though the hero for hire is forever the same one. It's a good scene for the first time. They're on the microphone, sing all hail. What'll be revealed today? Peer to the great unknown, from the line to the throne.
How did it all start? It started, I think you and I actually first met in the flesh in another world, another dimension. I think it was.
When I did Never Cry Wolf, as a sort of a part of the process, I met Farley Mowat, and we got to be friends. We were sitting at Cape Breton. That was what it was. And you said, look into my books and see what you like.
Yes. You'd made Never Cry Wolf, and I did my best to screw it up.
In fact, the joke was when we were doing Never Cry Wolf that I was sort of his alter ego. I'm Farley Martin Smith and he's Charlie Mowat, and the two of us ended up sort of swapping personalities.
You know, the best wolf howler I ever heard was Farley. Farley Mowat. Of course, he'll do it in the middle of dinner.
Oh, bring it.
So he was a little hesitant about people making films of his books, but he very graciously said to me, anything, that I've written you want to make a film out of, just let me know. And then I came across, then I read Walk Well, My Brother. And I just read that and thought, that's just so filmic, because of its simplicity, I think. It's almost a minimalist story.
It's almost a sketch for a script.
It's almost a sketch for a script.
The essence of it, of course, is the essence of any good piece of work, whether it's making love or making a film, is simplicity and directness. And you wrote to me and you said you'd like to make a film about it. And I'd forgotten about the damn thing, so I got it out and looked at it and said, no way. There's no way this guy can make a film. Nobody can make a film out of this.
You bastard. What you put me through with your short story. I'll get you for this. I'll get you for this, Farley Mowat.
My name's Barry Pepper, and I played Charlie Halliday.
You see that?
James Crummell, and the character that I play is Walter Shepard.
My name is Michael Bublé, Michaelbuble, and I'm playing the character of Hap, H-A-P.
I'm Robin Dunn, and my character's name is Carl.
My name is John Grise, and I'm playing the character of Pierce.
My name is Kirsten Warren, and I play the role of Estelle.
My name is Annabella
Piugatuk. My character is Kanala.
The Snow Walker is based on the short story Walk Well, My Brother, but I drew other elements from other short stories that are in that collection, including one called The Blood in Their Veins, The Two Who Are One. So some of his other stories, I picked pieces and sort of made a nice little blend for the film.
It takes place in the 50s in the Northern Territories. And then my character, Charlie Halliday, he's an ex-World War II pilot.
2 Inuit men bribe him into taking a young Inuit woman supposedly to the hospital at Yellowknife because she has tuberculosis.
And he really doesn't want to have anything to do with them.
What do you got there? Holy smokes. A lot of money right there.
So, oh, what the hell. They end up getting into some really miserable weather. The engine blows and the plane goes down and they crash land out in the middle of this tundra wasteland, like 360 degrees as far as the eye can see is just an endless, bleak wasteland.
I often joke about it being a kind of a science fiction picture. You know, you have this astronaut, as he would have been for those days, a pilot, a heroic figure, a flying guy, who is stranded on an alien planet with an alien.
He's really in a tight spot, but he's so arrogant and so sure of himself that he just marches off.
Hey, there's a town a couple 100 miles east of here. I'm gonna head for it.
So he just leaves her there for dead.
Right.
She's dying of tuberculosis.
Left you some grub.
No respect for the
About a
Inuit
week.
people or their language or their culture. He doesn't know how to hunt or fish or survive. And the land is so harsh that it brutalizes him. A week into his trek out, this this very ambitious trek out across hundreds of miles of tundra ends, miserably. Well, she follows him, and she finds him a week later. And she ultimately becomes the key to his survival.
Which opens him up for the first time on what it is to have a relationship with another person.
Well, she teaches him a bit of her language. She teaches him how to hunt and fish and build a parka and chemics, these sealskin watertight boots.
Like most people in our society today, he's competent mechanically.
Yeah.
He can do anything with a machine.
That's right.
But put him into the real world, the world before the machine, and he's helpless.
He truly, for the first time in his life, learns to love through her.
He didn't learn so much as become reborn almost.
That's right.
Into the country. This was the genesis. And in thinking about his story, thinking about if he'd only had some direct connection with the land through another human being, a human being who was of the land, the Inuit in other words, the odds are he would have survived. So this is what brought the elements of the story together. And that's why working, I would think, with this marvelous girl you found was so spectacularly successful, because that's what she could do. I think your choice of your casting is the next thing to miraculous. I simply couldn't believe how close to my reality your casting had come.
Yeah.
Where'd you find these people?
This is a pure Indigenous Canadian story, and we needed to have a truly Indigenous female lead.
The language, the skills, the ability to play this is something that you can't fake. To capture that quality, we ended up, I think, with over 100 young Inuit women on tape. And I looked at tape after tape after tape, and we all sort of, producers and I, narrowed down to a handful of people that we thought might be able to do it. And we flew them to Vancouver.
Bob.
Charlie had it in his mind that she needed to be young and sort of looking like she couldn't survive out there. And that was one of the story points, is that here's this little thing who looks like she can't survive. And sure enough, she steps up and saves the day.
What the hell are you doing here?
me and my friends, we were at there's dance every night, teen dance, and I was there. And I saw Elena Irak walking around with this cute guy. I thought he was a new guy in town or whatever, and so he was like looking at, it seems like he was looking at every girl in that dance. I was like, look at him, he's checking us out. I'm like, when I just started thinking, no, I think that's the guy who was coming to audition these girls for this part.
Annabella, she's so wonderful. We met with her in Vancouver. I had just flown back from New York, and I was asked to come in and audition with her, you know, to see if she was the gal for us.
The day before, I guess she'd come in for the audition, she'd been out hunting seals and was telling us how wonderful the brains are when you eat them raw, you get them fresh. You know, you say, wow, here's a girl who's still living in the old way.
I caught my first seal when I was 14.
She knows how to survive and live off the land in the way that her forefathers have for thousands of years.
And there's something about Annabella that I found just jumped out on screen. There's something about her eyes and her personality that just plays beautifully.
Water?
Drink.
Oh, drinking is emek? Water is emak?
When I got to Vancouver, I was like, they couldn't tell me the news that I got the part for like 2 weeks.
How did she react when you suggested to her that she play this part? I mean, this is a pretty big jump from the world she's used to.
I'm like, oh my God! Nah, I knew it. No. I've never met a person like Barry. He helped me in this part. In his computer, he would print out some of the scenes that we were going to do, and then he would highlight them, and then I would translate them. We were working pretty well together. We are, I mean.
We're in for gold here at the Inuit Summer Games. We're really all behind her and hope that she does well.
The character of Charlie Halliday has a kind of an arrogance and self-centeredness at the beginning of the movie that I was always afraid was going to turn the audience off. And I needed to find an actor who could play that, and yet you'd still like him.
Morning, fellas. Miss anything?
You still have a charm to him, so you understand why the character's, well, he's liked by the other people in town. And so that's a tricky thing. The other thing is it's such a physical role. To find somebody who wants to come up to the Arctic and rough it. I mean, we're really shooting in difficult circumstances up here.
Barry's quite a unique person. I mean, as he told me himself, he comes from a long line of Canadian cowboys. He's got like 5 or 6 generations.
I love the outdoors. I'm a real adventurer, and so, you know, the character really spoke volumes to me. And I always can identify with characters that are flawed, you know, that they take a really interesting journey to redemption.
Yeah, Barry and I talked a lot about that when we were shooting the thing. This is almost like a rebirth for this guy. He becomes transformed into somebody virtually unrecognizable to the guy that he was at the beginning.
I met with Charles Martin Smith, the director, who I, just been a fan of forever. And it was a great meeting. And I think we liked each other instantly. At least I can speak for myself.
Charlie, just actually 1 second. Are you going to cut between each?
Barry is a terrific actor, and one of these. He just connected with the story so much. He read it, he loved it. He's been playing a lot of, like in Private Ryan, where he's the sniper, who are sort of colder people. And I wanted this guy to be charming and open.
So, you've been flying long? I guess the better part of 12 years.
He's my best pilot. Flew in the war.
Oh. Africa? No, Europe. Flew Boston's and mosquitoes mostly.
I just knew that he was the kind of director that was open to, really hearing ideas, whether they work or not. Just, he was open to a really collaborative, organic process. And for actors, that's the key.
Charlie Martin Smith. Oh, he's so sweet. I've seen him in Untouchables. I thought he was so young, and then I watched him when I was in Vancouver, and the next day I went to the production office and I saw him. I was like laughing and laughing how cute he was, and he still makes me laugh just looking at him. I don't know why.
Just a very pleasant, amiable guy that everybody just wants to work hard for and wants to do a good job for.
And it's all going to be fine. It's going to be a great movie. All because of this guy. Next movie set in Tahiti.
He's got the whole movie playing in his mind the whole time.
Yeah, he's gonna get up and sort of wake up in the morning, stand, stretch a bit, and go find a convenient rock and have a splash.
Charles and I met, I think when I got nominated, we met at a party, and I went up to him and I love Never Cry Wolf. I mean, it's one of my favorite films, and I've always liked his work. I think he's a wonderful actor.
You know me, constantly innovating. Constant innovation, just to confuse everybody.
Wow. It's a beaut. What is it? Cessna? It's a beaut. What is it? Cessna?
This happens to be a story. I have a company that is devoted, a film company that's devoted to exploring the interface between white culture and indigenous culture. And so this is just the kind of movie that I would make.
Good.
Started to blow it in.
And that's just like an old file?
Yeah.
Like a...
Yeah, like an old file.
The language is so much more beautiful than I ever anticipated. Like, for example, thank you is Koyaname, and you're welcome, Ilale.
My language in Inuktitut, yeah, I speak it. It's my first language.
To bring that culture into the film, the Inuit culture, it to me was just vital that we have an Inuit in the leading role. What's interesting about her is that she's only 19, I think, and she has such an interest in the old ways and the old culture. She talks to the elders, she hunts with them. She knows all the traditional skills. She can sew, she can clean, she can make the clothing, and she has all of those traditional skills that a lot of the younger generation, I think, are drifting away from. She's going to reach to the other side, I think, and get the...
Thanks.
Inugtituurat tittaqattaroormiyu John Huston tavvani ajriuriyu qataurorto. John peruqsaroorsimangma inungni nunavummi inuktullu qallagunnarluni.
I would like to see this be as true as possible to the Inuit traditional knowledge.
That would look like a real business.
Yeah, would we turn it over and put it up on something?
Pushing na yung wapio pushing na tindugo.
Inuit piyak sa kaurorto tavvani taqiyaqsami inik sa qaurlutiglu.
Here, Michael. Thank you, quiet guys. And the dog runs that way? Great. You run like this.
Nutaqaillu. Michael sivulliq paaqiraortanga taqiyaqsama ajriuriyauna. Ilakuruani ilaoyo qarauma Derek mi atili.
Half cousins.
Half cousins.
Half cousins.
Inulluta ajriuriving miilluta qanwiksaruraungittu taqiyaqsami inniarnittinni.
It's a little hotbed of Inuit actors, and they're really good. And
It's going to become Hollywood North.
I know, Hollywood North. You're going up to a glue. Exactly.
Do you think you'll like this movie?
Yep.
That's good. Do you know what it's called?
I forgot what it's called. No Walker.
That's right. You know who's in it?
Yep.
Who?
Michael and me.
Takwa Albert ammalu Ivo. Ivo tusateng illuni ammaru qallagunnangilluni. Albert ammaru Ivo tukisaqattautiarmani uktoqarnikku qallaqatigiisuut. Taimanna uqautiunnaqattaroorta director qanmiquingmangaat.
We had these igloo builders that came down from Rankin, a couple of elders.
It's just another incredible layer that Canada has as its history, that we have this yet another beautifully diverse culture that's been here and existing this way for thousands of years.
And we've actually shot the film in a triple split shoot style. Merit was a really interesting time for all of us. We got just pummeled with weather. One half an hour to the next, it was rain, sleet, hail, snow, sunshine. It was like the Bermuda Triangle. It was so bizarre. Nobody could figure it out.
This is really the difference between life or death for these two people on the land. She sets up these stone cairns, these inuksuit. An inukshuk is like a cairn that looks kind of like a person, and they're being used to help herd the caribou because there are only two of them, so they're using these figures to help give them extra person power to herd the caribou. They end up managing to get four caribou between them using all her brains and his brawn in a way, because this is Inuit technology.
We shot a week up front. We've come up here after a hiatus of 2 months to shoot the bulk of the film, and then we were going to return to the snow for another week in November.
We received a call from some folks looking for a location to film, and thought Churchill meet the bill.
Churchill's relatively small. We're in northern Manitoba. We're just north of the 58th parallel, just south of the new territory of Nunavut.
It has the look we need. This story had to take place on the bare tundra. Nothing for miles and miles around, and the story point being, it's like he lands on the moon.
There are areas around here that have that look of the tundra and all the millions of ponds that I really like.
When I heard that I was coming here, I was really, really excited. And personally, I don't know about everybody else, but I really, really like it. There's not many places that you can go and you can drive outside of the little community and see no phone lines. Absolutely just the real land the way it was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years ago.
This film has been so extraordinary in the way that we've actually filmed it. I mean, going out into the tundra for 5 days on these monstrous tundra buggies.
And these things are like monster trucks with beds. We had 7 of them. We went out to the middle of nowhere.
I loved it. It was like camping, like where I live, but it was like modern.
Of course, once you're out there, you can't do anything, so the helicopters were making 3 flights a day with supplies and extra people and things we forgot.
We were like this sort of little hardy band of commando people out there making this movie, and everyone is working so hard.
Turn it up!
This is no place for egos, not when nature is such a force around you. And if there's one thing that I hope that I can capture on this film is the impact that nature and the land has.
Well, that's one thing about filming, of course, in the North. Filming this kind of a story, you're not in control.
No.
You do what the weather, what the land, what the circumstances permit you to do.
Yes.
We've got 70 mile an hour gusts or whatever. We can't fly that. We can't put this plane on the hoist or on our crane hoist in this wind. So we're talking about moving to the hangar, which is going to cost us some time. We've got these 2 fronts we've been fighting all day because it's sun and then it's rain, and it's sun and then it's rain, continuity, all that. So we're concerned that there might be lightning.
You quite literally blend into the country. It sucks you in and makes you part, whether you like it or whether you don't. Right?
also going to shoot some of the film in Rankin Inlet, which is more north and more purely Arctic, and we're going to get some beautiful stuff up there as well.
Not really a place to vacation.
It was pretty tough up here, the elements and the weather. And some of the things we had to do. Putting a plane crash, a wrecked plane in a lake in Rankin Inlet. No, it was a tough show.
There's just the vastness and the kind of the loneliness, but also kind of euphoria that you get when you're out in so much land.
We're 3/4 of the way through the film now, and it has been so difficult on the crew.
The little black flies and the mosquitoes.
Oh, I cursed you. Only Farley hadn't written in the big scene with all the mosquitoes.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. The mosquitoes are absolutely insane up here. They actually, it's biblical. I mean, they're like locusts. They really do just, blacken out the sky, and they land on you in the hundreds.
Churchill's got these in that area, the bulldogs.
It's the big guys.
Big guys.
Yeah, they're the ones that take sort of a pound of meat off you.
They do.
And then take it, they sit on a rock with it and chew it.
Matter of hours, they'll be teeming like a horror movie.
I couldn't sleep with all those bugs. I got eaten alive. Everywhere you got a bone, like a wrist, an elbow, a shoulder, that's where they bite. It was horrible.
And we never had them on Never Cry Wolf the way we had them on this thing.
We had the caribou around for the mosquitoes to eat.
Maybe that
and
was
on
the
this
thing.
this film, there was nothing there for the mosquitoes to eat except you guys.
And the locals are just laughing at us, saying, "Why are you going out?" Did you have this? Did you? I mean, you obviously wrote that he was eaten alive by mosquitoes from some kind of experience.
The only really amusing episode I had in the making of this film, because I wasn't there this time, the only good experience I had was thinking about you guys out there fighting with these billions and billions and billions of flesh-eating, blood-eating mosquitoes. And I'd lie in bed at night and I'd laugh.
Yeah, that was us. Oh,
yeah.
Running around and fighting the bugs.
Filming up here is extraordinarily challenging because there's, polar bears all over the place. So we're surrounded constantly by armed guards, polar bear watchers. And you can't really walk off by yourself, across the tundra because they camouflage themselves amazingly well in the tundra flowers and whatnot, but they tend to blend in like a big white rock.
So if you just come on. Just keep rolling.
You never know when they're going to come over, and when they do come over, it's usually just sort of pop up out of nowhere, and you just don't want to be that close to a polar bear.
we only had one incident where we were out shooting. We were actually doing the Queen Maud Gulf scene, and we were doing the shot where Peter Henry unwraps the tusks and says, can you take her to Yellowknife, and he wants to brat. And we're in the middle of shooting this scene, and suddenly we get this over the walkie-talkies, you know. Everybody back in the truck.
Oh yeah, he's coming fast, guys. Yeah.
Thing like moves about 60 kilometers an hour. It's this tiny little dot, and then 10 seconds later, he's almost on top of our trucks. He's right on. Helicopter came and circled and darted the polar bear.
It's okay, buddy. You're a sweetie.
The time they darted him, he was probably about 50 yards down the beach. Turned out he was kind of small. I mean, he wasn't, didn't make him any less dangerous. They say the adolescents are pretty dangerous.
They shot him actually from the helicopter with a tranquilizer dart, which
too
is what
bad.
they do now. Yeah.
That's too bad, because if the bear had come banging right into the center of your film crew and eaten you,
yes,
it would have been
Think
the
of
greatest film of the year.
It would have been, absolutely.
Okay, we're back at it, guys. Come on back, everybody.
That's the sound of a man working on a chain gang. That's the sound of a man working on a chain gang. That's the sound of a man working on a chain gang. That's the sound of a man working on a chain gang. That's the sound of a man working on a chain gang. That's the sound of a man working on a chain gang.
Start at 5:30 for breakfast. We're on board our big pink Greyhound for half an hour to get out to the Tundra Buggy launch. Then we hopped on the buggy, and now we're standing in a howling, whipping wind. Very, very, very cold. And sound guy's trying to set up a little tent.
You know, we don't know what acts of God are going to strike, but it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
my God. So what's happening right now is
I'm just wondering if
our director refused to shoot
if
the location
you guys
today
are going to be
because
able to
of
give
the
power
bright
to the
sunshine.
buggy.
He wants it to be in a blizzard, which we had yesterday. So we're changing plans on the fly.
Action!
We've got.
We're going to do the master here. They're going to come up. We'll do the master. She'll go down back there, cough. He'll run up to her. Every shot in there was moving. Everything's just drifting a little bit, just a little move. Okay. So I want to keep that happening here. Very subtle. Very subtle. Little subtle moves. Settle now and
I'm ready. This experience has been overwhelming, and I'll never forget it. It's tough, it's cold, and I love it all.
rebuild them on the moment.
That's fine. I can do that.
And he built this thing, so I feel bad about taking it apart.
He's coming in.
About his involvement.
Must be a phase.
You guys, you know what? We've got to just do it. 6 on A. A marker.
Okay, hold on. Just
We've had 3 different crews and a lot of great people, a lot of people that will be truly missed. Hopefully we can all do it again sometime.
Is that correct? It's beautiful. We'd like one version with less of
It was great to record here, in my own city, Toronto, for a change. And yeah, I'm just really delighted with how it all turned out.
This was really not a stretch for me to come and do this. It was a real pleasure.
We survived and coming through it unscathed and with an excellent movie, I think.
I want to pursue this. I want to pursue acting.
I was delighted to be a part of it.
Directing this movie and making this movie, the crew and everything, you know, our joke here is, you know, make the movie, live the movie.
If it gets too cold, Fred, we're gonna have to slice me open and put the producer or the director inside me, and I'll carry them around.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Nope, but I have a sister.
How old is she?
8 or 9 or 10.
Well, I think he smashed something.
Here's what I want you to do. Okay, stick your head up and act like a squirrel.
Now it's easy to carry.
Oh, we gotta take a photograph and say, I work for Bill Vin.
So I am very happy to be accepted by the Inuit. When you get involved writing about another people, you may be on their side, you may be trying to tell their story, but the odds are that in the end they're going to resent you.
Yeah.
But this is not the feeling that I get from the Inuit that I know now, that I meet now. They know that I was a kabluna, a white man, didn't understand what the hell was going on, didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground.
No.
But they believed, I think, that my intentions were good and honest. And they also know that I think, at least they seem to tell me, that I may have been of some assistance to them. Not much, but a little bit. And that's pretty goddamn good news.
It is good news.
Yeah.
It is.
How about a little detour after my run?
Why?
Oh, business.
Do a little trading? No, not even going straight back. I can't take her.
How you doing there? You all right?
I don't know if you understand our situation here, but we're in a hell of a bind. There's a town a couple 100 miles east of here. I'm gonna head for it.
There's still no sign of her.
Take a look out there. That's death, boy. Charlie Halliday's dead.
Did you follow me?
Sleep.
Wait, you speak English? And I don't even know your name.
Kanala.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you.
we walk.